everybody, March Twisdale here, and as you know, I'm going to be in Philadelphia for 9 days covering the Democratic National Convention, giving a citizen journalist viewpoint of what's really happening rather than what we're going to be hearing from the corporate media narrative. In advance of going to Philadelphia for the next week, I'm interviewing fellow Americans who have stepped into the ring, so to speak, and are taking on the responsibility of helping to reclaim our government for the people. And today I'm very excited to be here at CMP Cafe in West Seattle talking with Dan Smith. I'm going to let him introduce himself to you, and we have an election coming up here locally at the beginning of August 2nd, and so I want to make sure that you are paying attention to that because it's a really important election for everyone in the state of Washington. So now I'm going to turn this around, and my specific question for this video for Dan is, most of us have a sense in America that to get involved in politics, you need to have a degree or like set yourself up to be a career politician and do all this stuff. And a lot of us think, how could I do that? I don't know enough. I don't have the skill set. It's a little scary to consider serving our fellow Americans in politics or in Congress. And Dan has jumped off that cliff. And I want him to explain a little bit about how he got brave enough and inspired enough to do that. So he's going to answer that question right now. Alrighty, there you go, man.
Hey, thanks, March. I'm Dan Smith. I did decide to run for the 9th Congressional District in Washington State against Adam Smith, a 20-year establishment Democrat. And how did I decide to run? Bernie Sanders is the main reason. He's an instigator, isn't he? He woke me up, and like he's awakened the entire country, really, and is driving this and bringing us into truth-focused, reality-focused. He speaks right to the truth, and it resonated with me so much that I decided one morning during candidate sign-up week, it was the 5-day period where the candidates were going to sign up to run for office, and no true progressive was signing up to run against Adam Smith in the 9th, and I decided that I would grind my teeth and need dental work and not be able to sleep anymore if I did not do something. I finally had an epiphany moment of looking in the mirror and realizing that who else is going to do this? And I saw a video prior to that where Bernie was talking about his younger days and when he decided, and what he tells people is, if you don't look in the mirror and realize that you can do it, it just isn't going to happen. I am the best candidate in the race. I'm 100% certain of that. My challenge is to convince you guys that getting to know me is worthwhile, and I share the views of Bernie Sanders and his platform for the most part, but I'm just a regular working class guy, and we have a long way to go. I've got a few $1,000s to spend on a campaign, and my opponent has $1 million, which he's gotten from defense industry and a full cohort of corporate money that they want something from him, and they get it normally. We have differences on some of our views. He's certainly not a bad guy. I don't dislike the guy personally, but to think that he is so establishment that he doesn't truly represent me anymore. I have a strong belief that that is true. I see it over and over in how he carries himself, how he speaks to me, how he speaks to us, and we need to have a different choice. Is government of by and for the people or not? I think that it is and ought to be, and it doesn't get much more of the people than me.
And so we're going to have a couple more videos here. You can just go sideways on my YouTube channel there and check them out. And we're going to delve a little bit more deeply into the details of what's so great about Dan Smith and why he deserves your vote on August 2nd. All right, so come right back. Just go sideways. Here we go.